So topic carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are also said to be saccharides or sugars. So the term carbohydrates indicates it consists of carbon along with the hydrates, nothing but hydrogen and oxygen. So these three are said to be organic components. Okay, these three atoms they together forms a compound so that they were be able to involved in production of energy because these forms a compound, and this compound participates in different metabolic activities and results in the formation of energy in the form of ATP. And one more important thing is this, they not only they are immediate source of energy, and these carbohydrates are also present in different parts of our body, in each and every cellular part of our body, and participate in many other physiological activities. Before that, just we observe what is the classification. So classification of carbohydrates. So structurally these carbohydrates, so they have been divided into monosaccharides, disaccharides, or also said to be oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Okay, so if based on the name itself you can understand mono, single sugar moiety, disaccharides, two sugar moieties, oligosaccharides, a few, two or three, like that, a few saccharides, sugar moieties, and polysaccharides, many sugar moieties, more than 10, 20, like that, more than like sometimes some types of larger polysaccharide will be present, like more than 50, more than 100 sugars will be present in one carbohydrate, that is said to be a polysaccharide. Structurally, these based on the type of number of sugar moieties, they are divided into monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. No? And based on the type of functional group, so based on the type of functional group also, so these carbohydrates are divided into two types: aldoses and ketosis. So what is this aldose and ketose? Particularly, they belongs to monosaccharide group. We can discuss. Okay, so here based on the type of functional group. So the name itself indicates. So aldoses, the sugar moieties which consists of aldehyde as a functional group. Okay, and ketoses. Here also you can understand the sugar moieties which consists of ketose functional group. So those are said to be ketoses. So in that way, based on the functional group also, the sugars have been, or saccharides or carbohydrates have been classified into aldoses and ketoses. And the next, well, coming to the first one, monosaccharides. Okay, so what are these monosaccharides and how they are being classified? The name itself indicates that the saccharide is mono, single sugar moiety will be present. So what is the single sugar? Sugar is nothing but it is a combination of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen moiety is present in it. And if there is a aldehyde functional group, that is a aldose sugar, and it is, if it is a keto functional group, it is said to be a keto sugar. Okay. And so based on the number of carbon atoms also, because each sugar have different different number of carbon atoms will be present in each sugar. Based on the number of carbon atoms present in each sugar, they have been classified into trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, and heptoses, like this. And so what does it indicate? Trioses. So the sugar with the three carbon atoms. Tri means three. Three carbon atoms together form a sugar molecule. Here. And tetroses, the sugar moiety with four carbon atoms. Pentoses, sugar moiety with five carbon atoms. And hexoses, sugar moiety with six carbon atoms. And heptoses with seven carbon atoms. Okay. So here also Just I will give you an example here. So if you take a triose, okay, so triose is with the monosaccharide with the three carbon atoms, we call it as a triose. Now we are only discussing about monosaccharides, because these are all comes under monosaccharides, because these only single sugar moiety will be present, but based on the number of carbon atoms, each sugar moiety will have different, one sugar will have three carbon atoms, one sugar will have four carbon atoms, and other sugar will have five carbon atoms, like that. So just based on the number of carbon atoms, so each monosaccharide have been divided into again different types here. Okay, trioses, tetroses, pentoses, like this. Now we'll see triose. So in this, just give for example, I'll give you an example. So triose also have aldehoses and ketoses, aldehyde functional group and keto functional group. So this triose with aldehyde functional group, like glyceraldehyde. Okay, so glyceraldehyde, it consists of three carbon atoms, but consists of a aldehyde functional group. Okay, and the same monosaccharide or triose, which consists of keto functional group, is dihydroxyacetone. Okay, so it consists of keto functional group. Three carbon atoms will be present and keto. I'll tell you in the next slide the structure. Okay, so just so the triose with the aldehyde functional group and triose with keto functional group. So I said this is an example for glyceraldehyde, like 1 2 3, so three carbon atoms. And so because it is an aldehyde functional group, aldehyde will be present. This is a structure of glyceraldehyde. This is a triose but monosaccharide. Okay, and this is also monosaccharide, but it is also triose. What varies here means only the functional group. It is a aldose and it is a ketose, and here it is dihydroxyacetone. And here you can observe the structure will be like this: CH2OH and CH2OH. Okay, so here you will have aldehyde functional group and here you will have keto functional group. Okay, and one more example, like try this after triose, no, tetrose or like pentose, whatever it may be, tetrose. So again you have aldehyde and keto functional group. In tetrose, next normally ribose, sorry. Okay, so when for tetrose with aldehyde functional group is erythrose and keto functional group is erythrulose. Okay, and next pentoses. If you take a pentoses, it is again you have aldehyde and keto functional group. Aldehyde is ribose and keto functional group if it is having ribulose. So it is ribulose. And again hexoses. These are all monosaccharides. Just you have to remember that. And hexoses, you will have aldehyde functional and keto functional group, glucose and fructose. And the structures also 1 2 3 4 5 6, CH2OH, CH4. So this is the structure of a glucose. And fructose, the same, 6 carbons will be present. So this is the structure of fructose. If you observe both the structures, you can understand only the difference here. So it consists of keto functional group and it consists of aldehyde functional group. The remaining, the number of carbon atoms, number of oxygen, number of hydrogens, everything is same. You can observe 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygens, C6H12O6. So this is a basic structural formula of all hexoses. No, no, hexoses means like glucose, fructose, like this. Now, 6 carbon atoms will be present, but uh, everything is same. So it's 12 hydrogens, 6 oxygens, everything is same. Just it varies in functional group. Okay, aldehyde functional group will be present in case of glucose and keto functional group present in case of fructose. And this is about monosaccharides. And next, coming to the disaccharides. So when two sugar moieties are attached to each other, so they forms a disaccharide, two sugars. So like for example, when two glucose units are attached to each other, so then it forms maltose. Or when one glucose and one fructose attached to one another, so then it forms sucrose. And when one glucose and when galactose, okay, so this is fructose and this is galactose, so when it forms, then it produces lactose. So in that way, so different disaccharides, because when two glucose units attached, they produce a disaccharide called maltose. So it have 12 carbons, okay, so 12 carbons and 24 hydrogens and again 12 oxygens, like this. Just two glucoses are attached to each other, and when glucose and fructose are attached to one another, they produce one disaccharide called sucrose. And when glucose and one galactose attached to one another, and it produces a disaccharide called lactose. Okay, and one more thing, polysaccharides. Poly means many sugars attached to one another, different glucose units attached to one another, and forms a huge polysaccharide. Okay, so it may be anything like this. Glucoses, many glucoses, they attach to each other, so together forms a polysaccharide.